This episode of Video Marketing Madness is made possible by TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is the easy way to add all sorts of great features directly to your YouTube account. So literally, you log into YouTube like normal, and instead of the normal interface, you have a whole bunch of extra buttons and tools. Check it out for free by heading on over to tubebuddy.com/RayTheVideoGuy. And on today's show, we have Sharon C. Jenkins, the author of a great new book about Periscope. And we're going to talk all about how to use Periscope to grow your business and maybe even write a book. What do you think of that?
Cool.
He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy.
It's the radio show about Video Marketing Madness with Ray the Video Guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper. Got a question for Ray the Video Guy? Go to raythevideoguy.com/ask. Leave your question. If Ray answers it on the Periscope or here on the radio show, you'll win all kinds of great video marketing stuff, and we'll have an ask coming up at the end of the show. Like our Facebook page, yes, Video Marketing Madness. Follow us on Twitter, Video MKT Madness. Plenty of useful tips.
Absolutely. Lots of fun stuff.
Yep, you betcha. And you know him, you love him. Here he is, Ray the Video Guy.
That's right. It's another week, and we're getting closer to the holiday season. And I'm getting pretty excited because I see all these great sales coming up. I enjoy these Black Friday, Cyber Monday sort of things that go on. And so I'm a little excited about that. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I can hold on.
I might sell a dog. If you can hear that dog, I might sell a dog on Black Friday.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah, no, I can hear. Your dog always barks at the most opportune time.
Absolutely. Well, we do radio right at the times when UPS likes to come, apparently.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the big issue there.
So, Sharon, how you doing?
Excellent. I'm doing fine. It's beautiful in Houston.
Oh, that's right. You're in Houston. I used to spend a lot of time in Houston. I had a call center up by Bush, up by the airport in Porter, and then I had a business partner in Baytown. So, needless to say, I kind of drove that. What do they call the circle around Houston? What do they call that? The Beltway.
Beltway?
Yes.
I was having a senior moment. I couldn't remember the name of it.
I understand that.
Yeah, it happens. And I used to drive to Victoria a lot too. So I'd fly into Houston and drive to Victoria. Either flew into Bush or Hobby, depending on Southwest or Continental at the time had cheaper tickets. Continental had a direct flight, so I used to take Continental a lot. But that's not why you're here. Right?
We're here for much more modern and appropriate things.
That's right. Absolutely.
So, Sharon, to get everybody started here, tell us a little bit about your book. You're obviously here to talk a bit about Periscope, but tell us about your book. You've got a great book out, which actually, as I mentioned, I have picked up my copy of it and have started to read the book, and it's called Using Periscope to Write Your Next Bestseller. So tell us a little bit about that and how you came up with that.
Well, I just love Periscope. I just need to say that up front. Simply because it expands your sphere of influence by leaps and bounds. I love video. I love repurposing video. I like making videos. I love all that stuff. But I am madly in love with helping authors. And I've been doing that, I would say, for the last 10 years. And any social media tool that I think, based on my experience and my studying authors over the last 10 years, any social media tool that I think will help an author either get their message out there or make money, I think it's worthy of some ink. And so I spent some time getting to know Periscope. and getting to know how it works, and then couple that with the knowledge that I have of how to write a book. In my coaching business, I get an opportunity to help people write books, from content creation clean through the publishing stage. So the moral of this story is I'm always looking for a bigger, a better, a faster, a more effective way for authors to work smarter, not harder.
Nice.
Well,
And
that's
we all love that. We're all wanting to work smarter, not harder. That's for darn sure.
yeah, yeah. I'm still trying to figure that out. Yeah, Sharon, tell us, tell us what Periscope is. I, we were talking before the show, and Ray tries to do a lot of things with Periscope, and every time I see him do something, I hop in just to watch it because it's so new and novel. But assume that's about all I do because that's true. And assume that some folks listening really don't know what it is. Explain it and how it works and stuff.
So, Periscope is a fairly new social media platform associated with Twitter. It was launched in March of this year and has grown by leaps and bounds, so much so that no one can give you an accurate number of how many people are using it. But I can tell you that it has outpaced Facebook by leaps and bounds. So it is actually an opportunity for you to live stream a video. And not only just to people that you know, but to people that you don't know all across the world. So you get on Periscope with your trusty iPhone or Android, you download the app. The next thing you know, you have a live audience. And I think that that adds up to some kind of, how can I say it? I know it adds up to being a major influencer in the world. So I love Periscope, and it's easy to download the app and to start up and move and do what you need to do. There are a lot of experts out there who can help you get started. I can help you get started, but it's very, very simple. And I'm a boomer. So, if I can handle Periscope, you can handle Periscope.
Nice. Yeah, and that's the real beauty of it, because a lot of us fell in love with Google Hangouts when that came out, because you could live stream, and obviously that was more of a two-way conversation, but it was not that easy. It's still to this day is not that easy to set up. Every time I try to do something like a Hangout, it's always like, oh, here, let me send you the link. How do you get in there? Oh, well, I was supposed to invite you. You didn't get your email. It's a big disaster every single time.
In fact, when it's just Ray and I doing the show, Sharon, we do a hangout. But when we have a guest, it's just not worth the hassle of trying to get them on board. So
Absolutely.
so two people and kind of broadcasting a behind the looks scene at the audio podcast, that's fine. But trying to bring somebody else in, you wouldn't think it would be difficult, but we gave up on it. But I understand Periscope's a lot easier.
Oh, absolutely. 350,000 hours of video content is streamed daily on Periscope. I love that stat. That means that there's 40 years of video viewed on Periscope each day. I think that's powerful.
It's crazy.
But it's so real.
Well, and the great thing about it, besides the fact that it is incredibly easy, and anybody listening, if you haven't tried it, you've got to at least try it. But here's the thing that really gets me excited, and you probably know better on this than I do. Whenever I do one, lots of people show up.
Yes. Yes. And it has to do in what your title, how you position your title. You've got to use those emojis. You've just got to you've got to set yourself up like you are the number one celebrity on Periscope, and they will come, and they will come in droves. Nearly 2 million daily active users on Periscope. And I got these stats back when I first did the book about a month ago. So can you imagine? That has almost doubled by now.
Wow, amazing. You know, one thing Ray did, and he got a lot of views on it. Now, let me back up just a little bit. He's got his Twitter account, and it's linked to his Facebook as well. So
Mm.
anytime he does a Periscope, it's not only on Twitter, but it's on Facebook. So he's got it on a couple of different platforms. He took his family on a Disney cruise, and he actually did a live Periscope of them going to check into their room, walking through the entire ship and everything. How many views did you get on that, Ray?
You know what? I actually have no idea because at the time I don't remember what it was, and then we were gone for 2 weeks, so I never really got to go back and look.
You were
All I know
on
is
you,
on other things.
you
So
you were on vacation. That's understandable. But
yeah,
I noticed there were a ton of comments coming through. Just you walking the hallways of that ship. It was kind of cool though to see all these hallways and stuff. You know, I mean, it's not like a hotel. You've got a journey to find your room. But
well, and the funny thing was there were people on there. They're like, "Oh, I know where that room is. It's just around the corner on the left-hand side."
Oh, that's the fun thing about Periscope. I tell you, you'll find an expert on what it is that you're talking about at the snap of your fingers. If you're lost, just turn on Periscope. They'll help you get to wherever you need to go to.
oh, that's amazing. So why should an author use Periscope to write their next bestseller? That's what I'm wondering here. The title of the book.
Well, if you think about some of the other social media platforms that have been around for a while, some people are under the impression, been there, done that. You want to be able to use social media to build your author's platform. And if something like Periscope is readily available to you, you can actually use your followers in a positive way, use your followers in a positive way to help you get your book done. Just like Ray was talking about his trip, his vacation with his family, and he shot a Periscope in conjunction with that. People love the behind the scenes kind of thing. And as an author, we do a lot of behind the scenes kind of stuff. Like, we want to make sure that this wonderful new idea that we have is something that is marketable, that you can really monetize. So how do you do that? You share that opportunity
Oh,
with your followers or like-minded people on Periscope.
oh, there you go.
Nice.
So that's just one instance where you can use Periscope to help you write your next bestseller. And also, just like on Twitter, you can form relationships with people who are in that particular genre who are successful. And then, you can follow their scopes and, get some tips on what's the best way to market your book or even on what's the best way to write your book. So that's the whole thing about Periscope anyway. People are on Periscope sharing valuable tips and educating people on what are the best methods or what is the best means to do something. And so it's a great place to get an education and not have to pay thousands of dollars to do so.
Our guest today is Sharon Jenkins. She's written the book. Here, I got to get that piece of paper. Using Periscope to write your next bestseller. I have no short-term memory, Sharon, so I had to go grab the piece of paper.
So Sharon, one of the things that you mentioned is using Periscope to increase your bandwidth.
Mhm.
Can you kind of explain that and how that all works?
Okay, you mean brandwidth,
Oh, I'm sorry,
Brandwidth.
brandwidth. Thank you.
Brandwidth. Okay. So
We're, we're,
I'm an unknown.
we're,
I'm an
we're,
unknown.
we're confused by new terms, Sharon. Forget this.
That's okay. That's okay. I used to be a teacher, so I'm good at explaining things. So imagine you're a brand new author and you don't have a following. So you need a method that's going to allow people to reach out and touch you in a hurry so that you can build a following so that when you launch your book, somebody's actually going to read it. So think about what Periscope can do for you in that regards. First of all, if you set up your account properly, and our book helps you do that, if you're an author, and you start marketing yourself, not just on Periscope, because we do little mini marketing sessions where we talk about, the things that we offer to authors or the author will offer in their book. You can also market in conjunction with what you're doing on Periscope, on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. And the beautiful thing about Periscope is even though they will, keep your video for only 24 hours, there are places like catch.com where you can actually have your video saved and stored for when you're ready to use it again. So you can take that information that's in that video, that great video that you did on Periscope, and repurpose it and send it out through your email marketing newsletter to all the people who are following you as a result of your consistent and engaging conversations on Periscope.
Nice. And that I think is one of the biggest issues is the consistency. And I know because I'm the worst at it. And I try very hard. My goal is to try and do one a day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always easy. You'd think because it's very easy to use,
Mm-hmm.
you would think it would be very easy to get that done every day.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, it can actually be difficult. I mean, it really requires kind of a nice commitment in order to get people to continuously come back and watch what you have to say. What do you think is a good, consistent amount of periscopes to do?
Well, I'm reaching about 150 about now, and I've been on for about 2 months. So, but I think reasonably, as long as you have a scheduled time and you promote that scheduled time, do at least one a week. At least one a week. I do one every day because I'm
Nice.
involved with one of the groups on Periscope that uses Periscope, the Perry Girls, and we're doing this Heart Tribes thing, and we scope every day and we support each other in our scoping, and we love each other. My goal was to get to 100,000 hearts, and hearts are, that's the currency on Periscope. If you get a lot of hearts, then that means that you really rock. And so I've got 100,000 hearts and working on 200,000 hearts as a result. But the beauty of it all is, for me, this is how I do it and how I would suggest that an author would do it. Come up with a plan that works for you and just institute that plan, implement it, and stay faithful to that plan. I know that daily at 8:30 a.m., between 8:30 and 9:30, I'm going to do a Periscope, and I'm up. I develop my script, what I'm going to say, and I do that within 30 minutes of my Periscope, and I'm gone. I do a 5-minute Periscope. It takes me approximately, I would say, no more than about 20 minutes a day to put the script together for my Periscope and then actually do my Periscope and share it with my followers. So that's just something that I'm going to do. I've told myself I'm going to do it. And if you're an author, It's the same philosophy that you use when you develop a writing schedule. You know that the book will not get done unless you write it. Same thing with the Periscope. If you don't do Periscopes, unfortunately, you're not going to build the network that you want to build to sell your book. It's just a tool to help you do that. And I've always liked being the new kid on the block. When something new comes along, I want to know how it works and how it will benefit me and how it will benefit my purpose and calling in life.
Well,
Nice.
and what's cool about it is think when cable TV first came in the early '80s. Now, you and I being boomers, we can remember that. How cool we thought that was. And this is really kind of like that, except you don't need millions of dollars of equipment. You can use your iPod or your Droid, use your Twitter account, and build an audience, a video audience that is very robust by doing a Periscope. We used to call that narrowcasting, but
Ah.
now how many views do you average, Sharon?
It just depends on the time of day.
Sure.
I would say about 25 viewers. But then I haven't added in the replays
Yeah.
because because my notifications, I have my Periscope set up where there's notifications on Twitter and people go back and look at my videos. And then if I'm doing a special event, like for example, I got an award for being a trailblazer and helping authors, and I spent that evening periscoping every author that I could find at the event. So it just depends on what you're doing. Tonight, I'm going to be periscoping because I'm actually going to a play and I'm going to write a review on the play.
Oh.
So I'll get an opportunity to talk to the authors. Excuse me, to the actors. And hopefully the playwright. So, it just depends on what I'm doing. I call them my daily motivational moments. I don't stay on there longer than 5 minutes, and I just share something positive, full of love for my viewers. And I have another channel called Scope Your Book, and we do special events. Like I may do a book launch on Periscope, and I have done book launches on Periscope for my authors, and it is sensational. We send out notifications, and then those people on social media and set up a Facebook event, and it just turned out really well.
Well, and the stuff that you're doing fits in so well with that Twitter audience because Twitter's about sharing information, I've always thought.
Hmm.
And the person that can share the most relevant information and content, of course, seems to win on Twitter and seems to get the most followers. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Ray's doing.
Yes. And Ray's doing it well.
Well, I don't know if we go that far, but we're certainly going to try. We're going to keep pushing forward anyway. But the big thing here, and obviously, we want to get people watching our stuff. We want to create content. What's the return on investment for this?
Well, if you think about it, Ray, it doesn't cost you anything to upload the app or download the app. It doesn't cost you anything but time. And I know time is money. So, for example, based on my hourly rate, it costs me maybe I would say 5 minutes of my time. It doesn't cost me a lot of doesn't cost me a lot of money based on my hourly rate to do this daily. But I am establishing relationships. I'm building content actually, I'm going to write a fiction book in 2016, and that's hot off the press. I'm going to write a fiction book, and I'm going to use Periscope to do that, to share my characters with my followers on the Scope Your Book channel or broadcast channel for Periscope. The return on the investment, with Periscope budding or growing exponentially like it's doing, I think the sky's the limit. I think that if you, just like anything else in life, if you invest your time and your energy and your wisdom into something, you are bound to reap a harvest. My goal is to establish a solid presence on social media, and I chose Periscope because it's a new kid on the block. Some other people choose Facebook. Some other people choose LinkedIn. I just believe that if you embrace and become a major thought leader in regards to that particular social media platform, then not only can you help yourself, but you can help others. I'm thinking about Kim Garst.
Yeah.
She's a major thought leader when it comes to social media. I'm thinking about, I had an opportunity when I was doing research for book 3 in the series, which will be focusing on marketing, particularly. I talked to Alex Kahn and Ryan Stenofelson and the Perry Girls leader, B. Smith, all about their experience and what they perceive to be the takeaway or what's in it for me for authors in regards to Periscope. And they had nothing but positive things to say. So the moral of this story is we've yet to see what that's going to look like. But I can tell you, based on the exponential growth on Periscope, it's going to be huge.
And sometimes, where the ROI comes from is based on everything you do, Periscope and networking and going to the play and meeting everybody and developing those relationships. And you kind of put everything into a bucket, and that's where your ROI is. So I guess sometimes it just depends. The thing that's cool about Periscope right now is everybody can use it. There is the Facebook Live video, but if I understand correctly, you've got to be a public figure, and then you've got to be verified. Yeah, for now. But they got the jump, is what I'm saying. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, Sharon, thanks very much for being on the show. The book is Periscope. Using Periscope to write your next bestseller. See, I told you I had a short term.
You'll remember it by tomorrow.
I'll remember it by tomorrow. It's available on Amazon as a Kindle, and Sharon's website is scopeyourbook.info. We'll put the links for Amazon and for your website in the show notes, Sharon, so people can find them.
All right. Well, thank you, Sharon. We appreciate you coming on here and sharing all that knowledge. I know Periscope is a great way to grow things, and I'm excited about it. And hearing somebody else is using it for something a little differently, that just gets me more excited about doing that. I don't know about you, Steve. You're gonna have to start getting on there and doing it yourself.
I'm always excited.
We can tell. We can tell.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, thanks, Sharon. Appreciate it.
Thank you. You guys have a good evening, and thank you for the opportunity.
Okay.
You bet. And we'll be in touch. I'll be reading that.
All right. Bye-bye.
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 Ask Ray the Video Guy.
Hey, Raylene, Gary Bell. First question is, what's the least expensive way to get an audio on a video camera? Second question is, can you speak to me about 360 cameras? It seems I'm a local marketing consultant, and it seems to me that there might be a market for 360 camera videos.
Well, those are some great questions, Gary, and I appreciate you sending those in. And of course, you should receive your free gift for asking your question. And basically, when it comes to microphones, believe it or not, the microphone and the audio quality are actually more important than the video many times.
Yeah.
People will forgive a video that doesn't look perfect, but if they have to struggle to hear what's being said, they're going to go away. My recommendation is, and it sounds like what you're asking is, I don't know if you're talking about a traditional camera, buying a camera in Best Buy, or if you're talking about using like an iPhone as a camera. But what I recommend is if you go to a place like Amazon, you can get a microphone for most of the video cameras that you can buy. If you have a camera from a Best Buy, just make sure that it has one of those little 3/4 inch jacks there. And then you can purchase a microphone on Amazon. Look for an Audio Technica. They make some very good little lavalier mics that you can actually just plug right in there. They're wired, and you can hook yourself up and get some great sound. If you're going to be using just like an iPhone or an Android as your camera, which nothing wrong with doing that. They do great quality videos these days. All you have to do is find a microphone that actually will work with those smartphones. And as a matter of fact, we actually sell one at pocketvideopro.com. We have a lapel microphone that plugs directly into your iPhone or your Android phone and allows you to have some great audio. It's wired. It's got a nice long wire. And there are others out there. Rode makes one. If you want to look that up on Amazon, they have one there as well. And a few other companies do some private labeled ones. But just look for a microphone, a lapel microphone that works with the iPhone. The other option for things like iPhones and Androids is if you go to a company called KV Technologies, you can actually buy a little adapter, and that will allow you to attach any microphone to your phone. So you could have shotgun microphones, handheld microphones, lapel microphones, all attached to your phone just by using one of their adapters. So you can check that out as well. Now, as far as the 360 videos go, I absolutely think those are wonderful for many different types of businesses. And assuming that I'm answering your question properly, hopefully I'm understanding it correctly and what you're talking about there. One thing, Steve, you brought up earlier when we were talking about this, that one of our frequent guests uses this technology for Google. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, Fireman Mike Lemoyne, Maverick Web Marketing, who's been on the show at least once, if not twice, and is considered an industry leader, is a Google trusted agency for the state of New Mexico. And what that means, amongst other things, is that he can actually shoot the 360 videos. And then I'm just about positive they're on Google My Business. Yeah, like 99. I'm 100% sure they're on Google My Business. And what you can do is go when you click on that, you get an entire tour of the business. So one of his accounts is a company that sells hot tubs, and when you click on that, you get the 360 tour of that entire business. You see everything.
Nice.
And you have to be, I believe you have to be a Google trusted agency to do that because they want you to do it in a certain way and you need to be trained in a certain way.
Right. And another industry that uses those quite a bit is real estate. So we know a lot of people doing real estate using those. And again, you can pick these up at a place like Amazon or at B&H Photo and Video.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of different models. They vary in price. In fact, some of them use your existing cameras and just use a special system to attach to your cameras, so you can do that as well. But yeah, if you're looking to do some pretty cool stuff, you can definitely pick up one of those, and there's definitely some opportunities for some 360 video that you can do, and can be a lot of fun. I used to know a lot of real estate guys who did that. So,
and B&H is B as in boy, H as in Harvey. B&H Video in New York is a great source for just about everything from computers to peripheral gear.
Yep.
You know, with Radio Shack not being around anymore, you know, they used to have all the stuff you couldn't find anywhere else. Well, B&H has got it online, and their customer service is good. And this part of Video Marketing Madness brought to you by B&H. No. But they're good. I like them.
They are. I buy a lot of my video equipment from them directly. So
my wife's big old Macintosh downstairs. You've got one like that. You know, the most powerful Mac out there. We got our best price from B&H. You know.
There you go.
Yeah. So they're good.
Excellent.
Well, it's the radio show about Video Marketing Madness with Ray the Video Guy. A good ask today, and good stuff on Periscope there. Today's show made possible by.
Today's show is made possible by TubeBuddy, and we talked about that last week in detail. So if you watch the show preceding this one, you'll learn a little bit more about that. But essentially, it's a plugin for your web browser that adds all sorts of functionality to YouTube, including convenient menus, tips on how to do tags and how to improve your SEO, how to look at other people's videos, all sorts of amazing things. You can check it out right now by heading on over to tubebuddy.com/RayTheVideoGuy, And the best part is it is 100% free. Now, they do offer an upsell with some more features, but you can use the basic version absolutely free. And at that price, it is more than well worth it. And quite frankly, I don't know if you've checked it out, Steve, but just that one convenient menu they add right to the top of your YouTube channel makes it worth going and downloading that by itself, because that saves you a ton of time. Every time I go onto YouTube, I'm always having to click my little icon, then click on Creator Studio, then go into this, and this adds that right to the front of your video, right to the front of your account, so you can jump right into your videos and your dashboard and everything without having to jump through all those hoops first. So highly recommended. Again, TubeBuddy.com/Ray the Video Guy.
Yeah, it's a Chrome add-on, and
Actually, I believe, and I'll double check this. I believe it actually works on every web browser except Chrome.
Oh, okay. Then it's a Firefox.
For whatever reason. So
I must have been
Firefox, Safari, but I believe, and I could be wrong on that, they may have changed that, but I know before it said they didn't have a version for Chrome yet. So
okay, then I was looking in Firefox because I've got both, and it just depends where I'm at. What I'm doing depends which browser I'm using.
And again, that may have changed by now. So.
No, well, it's possible. But what I notice is it just automates your YouTube marketing. It takes all the guesswork out of what you're doing and makes everything a lot easier to find. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and actually one of the really cool features is if you're familiar with the YouTube defaults, and what I mean by defaults is and it looks like you can install it on Chrome now. That's awesome. Okay.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah, I just checked.
I thought I was using Chrome.
No, you may well have been. I know before they had a message that said it wouldn't work on Chrome or something, but now it seems to be. So that's good. One of the great features about it is when you do the defaults, and with YouTube itself, you can put some default information, maybe your contact information, so that every time you upload a video, that stuff is already there. Well, with TubeBuddy, you can actually have multiple versions of that. So maybe if you're uploading one of your Periscopes that you did, you could have certain information that always goes onto those. If you're uploading a training video, you can have certain information that always goes on the training videos. If you're doing a review video, same thing. And that way, you don't have to do everything from scratch every time, and not every video gets all the same default information. So very, very cool product. It sounds like we're doing an entire show on this.
Yeah, I know. But it is
trust
a cool
me when
product.
I say it's fun, it works, it's very cool. TubeBuddy.com/Ray the Video Guy, completely free. Download it today.
And then if you got a question for Ray, I'm having a hard time talking today. I haven't been drinking. I don't drink. It must be that meth,
It could be. That could be what it is.
If you got a question for Ray the Video Guy, go to raythevideoguy.com/ask. Leave your question. If Ray answers it on Periscope or here on the radio show, you'll get all kinds of great video marketing stuff. And then our Facebook page, Video Marketing Madness, and Twitter, we're Video MKT Madness. And you can find out when we have a new show when we post it, and we got all kinds of useful information. We post at least 8 times a day, so good stuff there.
Yes, indeed. So there we go. Another week wrapped up. And until next, well, actually, wait, hold on.
Do we want to skip next week being Thanksgiving?
I'm thinking we're probably not going to do it on Thanksgiving. That probably wouldn't work well. So we will see you in 2 weeks, the week after Thanksgiving.
December 3rd.
December 3rd, we will have a new episode out. So until then, feel free to go back into the archives and check out some of the other shows that we've done, as we've got a lot of great information on a variety of different issues and lots of interviews that we've done. You can have a lot of fun. You can spend the whole weekend doing that.
All good shows, all stuff that will help your video marketing.
Absolutely. So until next time, I'm Ray the Video Guy for Steve Sleeper. Have a great week and a great Thanksgiving.
He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray